If you're not familiar with my channel, I used to be in Boy Scouts, and part of the requirements for Eagle Scout, the highest rank, was a camping trip without gear. That means no tent, no sleeping bag, and no morals. It's an eat-or-eat-and-be world out here, Benny. Food is scarce. Someone has to be the meaty, protein-rich legs that keeps us standing. And the wilderness demands a sacrifice.
Do you want one of my granola bars?
Oh yeah, thanks. Do you think I was gonna eat you?
Yeah. Wait, what?
So we weren't completely devoid of resources. We had a tarp, some food, and space blankets, which ironically had very little space in them. But still, we weren't gonna die. Probably? And I was with 2 other people. Clyde, who wasn't super experienced, but still helpful, and Benny, Clyde's younger brother. Now, these 2 guys, they were about as good at camping as a fish is at climbing a tree. If you gave them a tent, you would probably come back to find a postmodern art installation and 2 cold boys laying in the dirt. So when you take away the equipment, the situation begins to worsen very, very quickly. Because of this, I took most of the responsibility for setting up camp. I got a fire started, put up the tarp with less than fantastic rope tying skills, and put together a pad of ferns to sleep on. There wasn't quite enough for everyone, but I was sure it was gonna be fine. I was too busy trying to split a log in half with a knife to worry about that. I had to keep the fire going or else we would die. Or at the very least get cold, considering the ambient temperature was somewhere around 38 degrees Fahrenheit that night, or 3 degrees Celsius. Very chilly to sleep in. Luckily, we did have the tarp. Unluckily, and somewhat miraculously, none of us really knew knots, which is wild considering the fact that we were there for Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts are supposed to love tying rope, but I guess I just did not.
Get it! He said not!
That was awful and I apologize. Anyway, all we had to work with was the card from one of those bracelets your friend wears in case of an emergency, but never uses, and the aforementioned tarp. We did find a fairly good location between 2 trees, but there was a very large rock between them as well. It was pretty flat and level though, so we put up the tarp there anyway. Or at least we tried to with what little combined skill we had. It was flimsy, it was about to fall over, and it was home. It could have collapsed at any second, but we were just relieved to have something to sleep under that night other than the stars. Not that we couldn't see them, of course. We weren't even close to assembling a full structure. But we had done it. We had a fire, 2/3 of a sleeping bag, and half a tent. That's like a C, but those are good enough grades to graduate college, so I'll take it. Don't tell any colleges I said that. I'd like to get a higher education, and I don't want them to think I'm lazy. Y'all better not snitch. I'm watching you. Anyway, we had a camp. Hooray! Just in time for sunset, no less. Now, we had met approximately 3/4 of the essential survival resources: clothes, shelter, and water. What was the 4th we were lacking? Well, it's the reason I get up in the morning. Benny was fearing for his life earlier, and my favorite F word: food. It was dinner time and we were chomping at the bit to be chomping at a bit of sustenance. Now, mercifully, we did not have to hunt in the wilderness for our meal, as I suspect my archery skills are not what they used to be, and I either would have accidentally killed Benny or just missed and starved. But we didn't have to do that, so it was okay. No cannibalism required, just boiled water. We had freeze-dried meals meant for backpacking. I used to be obsessed with these things. It was like ramen, but for other meals. Eggs and bacon, lasagna, ice cream sandwich? Yeah, not all of the meals were great, but food is food and we needed some badly. Could it have used some salt, fresh ground pepper, garnishes, and maybe even some lemon juice? Absolutely, but I'm no Gordon Ramsay and neither were the manufacturers. Hard to consider plating when you're just eating out of a bag, you know? It was warm, it was hearty, and it had cheese, and that's all we really needed. No dessert though, never again. We did only have 1 spoon between us, so we had to take turns eating, but it all worked out. We were warm, we were fed, and we were thriving. We had become mountain men, or more accurately, bluff boys, pike pipsqueaks, children of the crag. All that was left for us to do was sleep, pack up, and hike out in the morning. Easy. How hard is sleeping anyway? You just lie there, on a rock, during fall, in the middle of the woods. Okay, a little more challenging, but at least out here, it's nice and quiet.
I'm cold. I can't sleep. I'm hungry.
I should have eaten him while I had the chance. Benny, do you want a space blanket?
Yes. My blanket ripped. I'm cold.
Is it over?
Where's breakfast? Oh, thanks.
No problem, Benny. Gotta fatten you up.
Wait, what?
We had done it. We had survived the night. We hiked out, went home, and never did that again because, man, that was not fun. What's the lesson in all this? Eat your enemies while you still have the chance.